Today, we are building a network fabric with Containerlab and Arista COS. If you just want to know how to set up Containerlab, you will find this useful. Also, if you are following our video series on automatic device discovery and ingestion into netbooks, you will find this very useful. The good part of this is that you don't need any physical network devices to follow through. You also don't need any device licenses. So let's see what we have in our topology. We have a 2-spine, 4-leaf fabric. Each leaf device has connections to both spines. We don't have any connections between the spines, direct connections between the spines, and we don't have direct connections between the leaves. So this is a standard spine leaf fabric. If we click on each device, we have an idea of how it is set up. The management IP, the loopback IP, the SNMP community. Then we have the point-to-point links, in this case from our spine 1 to leaf 1, 2, 3, and 4. Same for all the devices. Today, we are building this from scratch. Before, a quick recap of how this fits into our auto discovery pipeline. At this time, we have diode set up, the diode server set up. Then we have the diode plugin installed in Netbox, and we have communication between diode and Netbox. But we don't have any network to discover at this time. That is what we are doing today. We are building that network with Containerlab and Arista COS. And in the next video, we will set up our op agent to discover those devices and ingest into Netbox. Containerlab is an open source tool that lets you spin up network topologies like this one right here using container-based network operating systems. Simply what we'll do today is that we'll define our topology in a simple YAML file, and we'll let Containerlab handle the rest, from creating the containers, wiring up the links, applying the setup configuration, and all of that. Then we are using Arista COS, which is the containerized version of Arista EOS. All you need is a free Arista account. So if you don't have one and you want to follow this demo with Arista COS devices, you need to create a free Arista account. Then you can download the image, which we'll look at. Last, before we dive in, I'm doing this demo on an AWS EC2 instance, and the instance is running Ubuntu 24.04. These are the steps that would follow. If you want to follow these same steps, it works with Ubuntu 22.04, 24.04, and 26.04. So now, let's get into action. This is the terminal of our AWS instance. So what we'll do is that would be alternating between the terminal and the steps so that we understand exactly what it is we are doing. So the first step will install Docker. So let's get going. So we run this command. This command would execute the script to install Docker. Once we are done with this, would execute the user mod command. What this command does is that it adds our current user to the Docker group. We are doing this so that we can issue Docker command without prefixing it with sudo. Then we issue this new group command. What this does is that it ensures this command is applied in a current session. So essentially, if you don't issue this command, this user mod command, you can still execute your Docker command, just that you have to prefix each command with sudo. If you execute this and you don't execute this, you'd have to log out of your current session, log back in before it takes effect. So let's go back to our terminal. Now we have this installed. It just took a couple of seconds. So we issue the user mod command, then the new group command. Now, to be sure that Docker is installed, let's check our Docker version. All right, so we have Docker installed. If you already have Docker installed on your system, you don't need to go through step 1. Now, step 2, we install Containerlab. Same logic as the first step. We execute the first command to install, then the user mod to add a user to the CLab admins group, then the new group command for it to take effect immediately. So we execute this command. Now, I have a bit of a cold or a flu, so if you find my voice funny today, that is why. So pardon me. All right. So let's execute this command. When we finish, we just execute the user mod command and the new group command. Okay. So we have our Containerlab command executed, should be installed now. Then we have our user mod and last, the new group. So to validate step 2, let's check our Containerlab version. Okay, so now we are confident that our Containerlab is installed. Let's move on to step 3. So in step 3, we need to import the image that we are using for COS. Before we can use the Arista COS, we need to import the image. And before we can import the image, we need to download the image from Arista, then transfer the image right to our server here. So I have the image. What I'll do is that I'll just transfer it so that I don't waste all your time. Then I'll show you once it is transferred. So if I do list at this point, there's no image. So I'll transfer it and we'll come back and list and confirm that we have the image on our AWS instance. All right, so we have the image transferred. Now, if we do a list, we see that we have our image. Specifically, this is the image that we downloaded, the COS64-lab version 4.32.0f. So this tar file, that is what we downloaded here. So let's go back to our steps. Now we have the image. We need to import the image into Docker. You can do that with this Docker import command. So we are on step 3 now. By default, this Docker import command won't show you the progress of the import. As a personal preference, I typically want to see, the progress, whether it is 10%, 5%, and all of that. So to do that, I will install this utility, which is called Pipe Viewer, that will allow me to see the progress. So let me go and do that. So I will install Pipe Viewer. It should take just a couple of seconds. So that, all done. Cool. Then we would import this. So says 3%, 4, 5, 6. So I'll just fast forward this till we have this fully imported. Once that is done, we would see the hash. That would confirm that we have this fully imported. So we have this imported. Let's confirm that indeed we have this image. So if you look at our images, we have the COS and we have this tag. All good. Let's go back to our steps. We are on step 4 now. In step 4, we have to create the device configuration files. So if we come back to our topology here, each node needs a startup configuration. Essentially, this is the EOS configuration that gets applied when the container boots. So like host name, credentials, interface IPs, and all of that. So that is what we are doing in step 4. We will create a directory called configs that would put in these configuration files. We'll have a configuration file for each node. So let's look at spine 1, how spine 1 looks like. We have the host name, spine 1. We have AAA authentication that says that if you want to log in, let's use the local database, essentially credentials on the device itself, which means we need a user on the device. So we configure a username admin, this privilege with a role and the secret or password. Then we configure SNMP with a community string of public, which is read only. Next, we configure our interfaces. So our management interface with a description with an IP address. Then we have Ethernet 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the point-to-point links to leave 1, 2, 3, 4 respectively, each with a description, IP address. Then last, we have a loopback. Spine 2 has the same and leaves 1 through to leaves 4, similar configuration. Cool? Cool. So let's get going. Let's clear our screen. Then what we'll do is that we will create our configs directory. Now you can SCP these files to your server or any host that you are using, or you can just copy and paste. Because this is a demo, let me just copy and paste so that you see exactly what we are doing. So we have spine 1, spine 2, we have leaf 1, we have leaf 2, almost done. Leaf 3, then we have leaf 4. So if we list, we have the image, then we have the config folder. If you go into that folder, we will see that we have leaf 1 through to leaf 4 and spine 1 and spine 2. If we look at one of them, for example, we see the config that we added. All good? All good. So let's move on to step 5, is it? Yes, step 5. So now we have our device configuration. In step 5, we are creating the topology file. This is a YAML file, and we are calling this arista-fabric.clab.yaml. This is the Containerlab topology file, the brain of the whole setup. There are a couple of key sections. So we have the kinds right here. In the kind, we reference the default image for all our CEOS nodes. Then we have the nodes. This is where we capture which devices form part of our topology. So we have spine 1, spine 2, leaf 1 through to leaf 4. Then for each node, we indicate the kind of node, the management IP, and we point to where it should get its startup configuration. Then last, we have the links. The links section is where the fabric wiring happens. So we say that for spine 1, ETH1, they should go to leaf 1, ETH1. Spine 1, ETH2 should go to leaf 2, ETH1. So basically what we have here, that is what we are modeling right in these links. It makes sense, right? It does. So let's move on to step 5. Where's our terminal? Let's clear our screen. So we move on to step 5. Then in step 5, we create the topology file. So now we have our topology file right here. We have all those 3 sections, the kinds, the nodes, then we have the links. Let's clear our screen. So now we proceed to step 6, where we deploy our fabric. So we execute this command. This may take a couple of seconds or a minute or two, depending on the amount of CPU and RAM that you have. Ideally, if everything works and we are able to create our topology or deploy our topology, we will see a table that shows all the nodes that we have in our topology. In this case, we should see 6 nodes. Then we should see the state of all our nodes, whether they are running or not. Then last, we should see the management IPs of these nodes. Once we see that table, then we are confident that our fabric was deployed. So let's just give this a couple of seconds for it to deploy. I'll fast forward. I didn't fast forward, really. When I said I'll fast forward, it just came. So now we have 6 nodes. Let's see, it took from 53 to like a minute, right? So we have our 6 nodes. We have leaf 1, leaf 2, 3, 4, spine 1, spine 2. We have all of these running and we have the IP addresses. Next step, we do some validations. At this point, we know, based on what we saw here, that our fabric has been deployed. But we want to confirm that we can actually log into a device. We want to confirm that we have reachability between the devices. We even want to confirm SNMP so that we can lay the foundation for our next video where we set up our op agent. So let's do some validations. Let's clear our screen. If you want to inspect your topology after it's been deployed, you can use this command. It will show you the same table that we saw. So leaf 1 is 172.20.20.21. So let's do an SSH into that. So let's do an SSH. We used admin for the username. So 172.20.20.21. Then we used admin as the password. Cool. So we are in leaf 1. Let's enter privilege mode. So in leaf 1, if we do show run, for example, we can see the configuration that we indicated in the configuration file. Then let's just do a ping test. So let's run this simple script. Basically, we are pinging all the other 5 devices in this fabric. We're able to reach all of them. So this is spine 1, I believe, spine 2. Then we have leaf 2, leaf 3, leaf 4. So all good. It's good that we have reachability, but in our pipeline, we'll be doing an SNMP discovery. At this time, we configured SNMP, but we don't know whether it works or not. So let's just have that confidence that it works. So what I'll do is that I will install SNMP on this instance. Then we will do an SNMP walk. We'll do the SNMP walk to just query the host name for spine 1. So let's clear. Good. So this worked because we are seeing the host name for spine 1. Our fabric is up. Great news. 6 Arista COS nodes. SNMP confirmed on all of them. In the next video, we'll deploy the op agent here. Then we will point the op agent at the fabric that we created in Containerlab. Then we watch all of those 6 devices discovered, ingested via diode, and visible inside Netbox. All automatically, 0 manual entry. If you found this video helpful, kindly like this video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.